every day, and we just continue on, but we compartmentalize things. I told y'all I'm still winning in life, baby. I'm winning in life. And so we compartmentalize things. And so when the Lord said that to me, I wasn't aware of the fact that I was dealing with some unforgiveness, that I was harboring some unforgiveness. God help me today. And so he took me through this deliverance process, and he went all the way back to something that happened to me as a very little girl, and I was angry about the situation because I felt hopeless concerning it, that there was nothing that I can do. Listen, let me tell y'all something. A lot of times in life there are things that happen that you have no control over. A young lady that is minding her own business and a joker snatches her in the car and takes advantage of her. She has no control over that. That's something that happened, and life sometimes can bring you things that you have no control over. And so you go on, and he said, I got to deal with you concerning this because you got to let this go. You got to forgive in this area. And so he starts working with me, and I'm telling you, tears running down my face. I'm boo-hooing, crying, and to the point that I ended up breaking down on my knees. And I'm just saying, God, just please help me, Lord. I don't understand. But when God began to take me back to some things that had happened to me, some stuff that I had dismissed and pushed away, and I really thought that I was rescued from it because I was then at that time in a marriage. And so I was using that to really escape because I thought, since I got somebody that loved me, that none of that don't matter. But baby, can I tell, I'm trying to help them, God. I'm going to do it, okay? Can I tell you that that does not cover it up? That's all it does really is throw a cloak over it. It does not fix it. And he said, you got to deal with that right there, because that right there has caused you some hurt. That right there has caused you some pain. And if you don't watch it, that will cause all of your relationships to be messed up because you will base everything off of that. And so God began to deal with me very, 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 very heavy. And in the midst of him dealing with me, I said, God, I just want to be a woman. That's all I want. I just want to be a woman. I want to carry myself and conduct myself as a woman. I don't want to have the nature of having to handle things myself and all. And don't get me wrong, I am a single woman, but I'm a submitted woman. See, I don't have a natural husband, but I have a father. I have one that stands in the capacity, and I am very submitted to my father. Delphine, tell him, baby. I'm going to tell him, God. I'm very submitted to my father. And so I don't back talk my father when he comes to me concerning things. When he says to me, I want you to do such and such. Okay, then, let's go ahead and do it. See, that unsubmitted nature is what I was wanting him to get rid of out of me. That part in me that would not just take notion and sit down and just get out like I needed to be, because it was robbing me of things that God had for me. And so the process began right then. And let me tell you something. I cheated myself and caused myself to lose a lot of things because I did not humble down like I should have humbled down. Y'all, they don't, people, this is a house of truth right here. Baby, you don't know what you're going to walk into when you walk up in here, because I will slap straight tell the truth about what's done took place in order to see anybody free. I'll tell you, baby, when I tell you I did not humble myself down, it's like I should have, and it cost me drastically. It cost me drastically. My not humbling down literally cost me my family. Amen. Literally my family. And this was the thing about it now. Most people, God, man, when I tell y'all, I wish I could literally, if he would make my life a book, I promise you, I wouldn't be ashamed of anything you see in it. I would let you literally see it and have it to read it or watch it in a movie. I don't care. I'm free from it anyway. So it's nothing you can throw at me. And I'm free from it. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk about anything that I've done that I ain't already told a story about, baby. So it doesn't matter. But listen, check this out. I did not not bring myself to a place like I should. And it cost me greatly, man. I'm talking about cost me greatly. It cost me my family. It did. It cost me my family. And this was the thing about it. And you know, most people, when we deal with things, and I'm talking to y'all today about winning in life. This is part 8, but this is about forgiveness. This is about forgiveness. That's what part 8 is. And so check this out. I'm going through the situations, and I'm not doing like I need to. I'm still trying to be the chick that the streets molded. You know, the streets will mold you. Yeah, they ain't mold you. The streets will mold you. Yeah. The streets will teach you some things that ain't always good things. Everything we pick up in the streets ain't always good. So I'm still trying to live this life the streets molded me to be. And in the streets, they mold a woman to this fashion. But you let no man tell you what to do. This is the streets now. They mold a woman to stand on her own independence. And so I'm still trying to do that, but yet be married. It don't work, y'all. It don't work. It would create so many problems in your house. I'm telling you. It would tear up some stuff. So I'm still trying to live out the street, but yet live out the covenant. Uh-oh. You can't live out the street, God help me, and live out the covenant. Because see, the covenant was instituted by the street life is instituted by the streets. So you can't have both worlds. Yeah, boy. Street life cost me. Street life caused me to lose. It did. Street life caused me to have a word behind my name titled divorced. Street life did. And I say this to you. Ain't nobody got married with an intention that they were going to get no divorce. Not if it was a real one. Right? Who got married knowing that they were going to end up in divorce? You get married, you think that this is going to be forever. Because part of your vow says, till do us right. So you get married with the intention that only thing going to separate us is death. So you're not getting married with the intention that we only going to do this for 2 years. Or we only going to do this for 5 years. God forbid, the longer the years, the more you would think that folk know how to work it out. Right? You would think now, when people done put 20 years into each other and stuff, you would think that, okay, there's something that knows how to work this out. You should know each other enough to know how to fix it. So the streets, because of me not wanting to let go of that edge, that part, not wanting to submit, to bring myself to a place. But now listen, don't forget what I said. Always listen to what I said. Part of the prayer that I prayed on the dirt road crying was, Lord, I just want to be a woman, right? And so, but when the process became to start developing me to be a woman, I started tripping. Because say, oh, God, help me, please. Because can I tell y'all something? Sometimes God will require some stuff of you that you don't want to do. See, a real life for God is a life that's really full of a lot of stuff you don't want to do. Okay? It is. It's full of a lot of stuff you don't want to do. The only way that you can find satisfaction in doing it is when you agree to become a disciple. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about so y'all can understand. Peter was walking with Jesus. Jesus said unto the ones that he called his disciples, he passed by them and said 2 words, follow me. That's what he said. They took off and they followed him. Peter was one of the ones that followed him. But as soon as Jesus was crucified, the Bible said Peter went right back to fishing and cussing. See, right back to fishing and cussing. And so can I say something to you, that there can be two types of people. Just because folk come in the house doesn't mean that they're of the house, okay? Right. And so I was in the house, but I wasn't of the house. God help me, please. See, I was in the house every Sunday. Yeah, I was even hanging out with the pastor and all that and all, but I still wasn't really of the house. Why? Because I wouldn't let it change my house. Delphine, what you doing? I'm just doing the master's will. Okay, back up. You see, I was in the house, but I wasn't of the house. See, God help me, please. But we can be in a covenant, but not be of the covenant. God, Lord, help me, please. We can say to the Lord, I accept you as my Lord and Savior. I want you to save me, God, from my sins. Lord, please help me. I want you to save me, but then not be of it, right? Won't let it make the changes that it needs to make. Won't let happen what needs to happen. We just done made the declaration, Lord have mercy, but we haven't connected to the declaration. That's what I was doing. See, I was in the house, but I wasn't of the house. Oh, God. And so things began to take place. I would not submit myself as I should have. I would not do as the Bible said and humble myself under the mighty hand of God. See, I was thinking that because the street was pumping stuff and had done pump stuff in me, I was thinking that my humility was that I was trying to humble down to a man, but really humility is humbling thyself under the mighty hand of God. See, Lord have mercy. You'll know when you done faltered and done failed at something. It's when you have to look back at it from hindsight and say, I wish I wouldn't have did that. If I could do it over again, Lord help me, please. I wouldn't do that like that no more. If I could do it all over again, that's when you know for a fact that humility was not your portion, baby. Because when humility is your portion, the rest of the scripture says it like this: humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, and he will exalt you in due season. And so what he's saying is it's going to bring you to a place of respect. It's going to bring you to a place of honor. Go ahead and tell me. I'll tell you why. Because the book of Proverbs in 31, which is the chapter that most people love to go to, most women, the virtuous chapter, it talks about how the husband brags so much about the woman, how he talks about her in the city, and how she's such a this and how she's such that. It talks about, but see, it comes because she was a woman that was willing to humble herself. See, humility will bring in honor. Lord have mercy. It says she don't bring him no shame. God help me. Oh, God. She doesn't bring him no shame, it says. Lord have mercy, God. Somebody help me, please. It says she don't bring him no shame. See, he ain't out in the community ashamed of her name and her actions. That's not humility. And oh, it costs me. It costs me. Now I've become a sacrifice for anybody that'll listen. I paid a price for you to listen. That's why I tell my story. I've had to spend 14 years as a single woman. So wouldn't listen. Probably could have had a few that would have ran in and out on me. Dust me up, break me off something, however you want to put it. Quite sure they would, if I would have allowed it. But the thing of it is, what pleasure was going to be permanent? Not that kind. Not that kind. See, I found out something. In life, it's best to do this thing the way it's supposed to be done. if you want the promise. If you want the promise. I want the promise. I don't want